We like old adverts.
Hello and welcome to another episode of We Like Old Adverts. I am Jim Campbell. I'm joined as ever by Joe and Connell Deeney, and we just find stupid old adverts and we enjoy watching them, and then you watch us doing it. It's very, very simple. So we wanted to get people a bit more involved today. What we've done is we've taken a request, and we're going to do this a little bit more going forward. So if you have an advert you would like to see us discuss, then why don't you film yourself doing a little explanation of what that advert is and why. Send us the advert as well. And if you send the whole thing to welikeoldadverts@gmail.com, maybe we'll feature it here and you'll have your face on the channel. So we've got the first example of that coming up right now. So take it away.
Hello, I'm Kerry. I'm Jim's friend. This is Crisp, also Jim's friend. And recently me and Jim got drunk and discussed adverts, as you do, and it blew my mind that nobody knew this incredible anti-smoking advert. But turns out it's a Scottish advert, but I think you'll agree it's incredible.
That is a banging parody of that exact type of music, isn't it? And that exact
Absolutely.
I
think
brilliant.
The problem with the manufactured music of that time, like what is it, kind of early noughties?
2000 that advert was.
Right. This parody could legitimately work as a single from a band like that. They could be on Total Request Live next week. I've heard that one of them's going out with Abs from 5.
Yeah, totally. It's like, because bands like that, they had a gimmick, didn't they? Clearly. Yeah. Like, a lot of bands had a gimmick, and these girls just happen to love a fag. It's like 3 fag-ash lils just love it. My favourite bit in the whole video is when one of them lights up off a dog end. Like, properly chaining all day. Like,
I love that bit. As a former smoker myself, I thought it was the chaining from the cherry of another fag. Really, it just made me want to cough out my own tangled bootless lungs. And oh man, that was great. I mean, the best line in the whole thing, easily. The problem with this line is it's better than any lyric ever written by any of that era's pop music. But fancy getting jiggy. What's the problem with the smell of my ciggy?
Yeah. That is the most perfect rhyming couplet I've ever heard. That.
Yeah. Right at the start, when like the main singer in the band is making eyes at that guy in the club, and he sort of goes, there's almost a sort of Rick Mail kind of quality. He says, before he's like, God.
No, I like how he turns his nose up at her like that. He sees the cig and he's like, oh, that's disgusting. But it might be her only vice. That's all she does, and she might not like how much he drinks, maybe. And when he's ordering a pint and a Jaeger bomb at the bar, she don't turn her nose up, does she? She shouldn't go, well,
she might have done
it too far.
So we never saw like
rein his neck in a bit, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, Connor. I think he's been very, very judgmental with it. No one's perfect, are they? But it does. I mean, they're clearly all in good shape as well, and they're very talented.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it does remind me of when like people smoked in clubs and bars. And
it seems like such a long time ago.
I don't think we realised how gross it was until it stopped happening.
Yeah, really gross.
I mean, to that advert's immense credit, Kerry says that she's never had the desire to smoke and thinks that's probably why, because it nailed Britney Spears so much. It sounds like Britney, doesn't it? Like really very deliberately with the orchestra.
It's got a bit of like the Liberty X feel about it. Remember them? You know, it just sounds like all of them. Atomic Kitten. Yeah. Hearsay.
And Sticks. because
they are stinks though. They are stinks.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Like
I love that gag. STINX.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just such a perfect parody. Scotland just nails it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Scottish humour is just the absolute best. And it, like, even with the little kind of introduction at the start, it looks like a proper music video. And if that had been on MTV, which obviously it would have been, I'm sure that would have been really effective. So, yeah, well done, Scotland.
Yeah, I actually like this one, you know. I think obviously it would have had more impact at the time. It's a bit of a relic now. There's just one thing I think they assume, wrongly, I believe, that men would run away from attractive women simply for smoking.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tacky about it, but it would take a lot. You mean it'd take a lot more than that. Maybe smoking meth, and even then, you know, her teeth are falling out of her head, but she's just the one for me. She's so sweet.
Yeah, but I think though, the people who've made that advert have probably gone like, look, men are just a lost cause. They are just, they're not going to stop. They're pigs. They're smoky, disgusting pigs.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the women. Maybe at least we can save them.
Yeah. No.
I was wondering what beach that was in Scotland that they're on. It looked
They're
lovely,
all
didn't
in
it?
Scotland. I love that those lads run into the sea rather than speak to these.
They'd rather
be freezing in there.
How far do they go as well? Do they just swim down the coast a bit, or like how far are they going out to sea? I think they were like, the fashion of the time is really, really funny as well, isn't it? I think all those lads are wearing bootcut jeans when they run off at the end.
Frosted tips and combat pants. Yeah, give me some of that.
Sideburns. I liked all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was well into that. But I've got to say, rubbish tagline alert. Yeah. Standout rubbish tagline. It pops up at the end. Think about it. Think about what? What am I thinking about?
That is rubbish.
It doesn't even say smoking. Think about it. Just think about it. You can't put that on a poster, can you? And then actually it says, think about it, NHS Scotland. So am I thinking about the NHS in Scotland? I don't get it. It's not poster worthy.
Apply think about it to any brand or product or public service measures, anything. That is the most generic tagline we've had. Yeah, great ad though.
Yeah, I liked it. Everything apart from that.
Really fancy a tab though.
So Connell, the next one we've got is one of yours, and it's a product I'd completely forgotten even existed until I saw this. So where'd you find this?
I remembered the product, and I thought, I wonder what the adverts were like for that, because I remember I don't remember this advert. I remember a different one, but I couldn't find that. And then I thought, nah, this one's good enough. It's good enough. I really like the product, so let's go for it.
It happened as the train was pulling out.
They're after me.
He gasped.
Guard this with your life.
Well, I just had to know his secret. So I unwrapped it to reveal the most delicate strands of milk chocolate, and oh, the filling so light and smooth. I just had to. Actually, I finished it. Then...
They're coming this way.
He said.
Where's my...
I thought quickly. Well, any girl would have done the same, wouldn't they?
You can't trust anyone to keep a secret.
Why are they after him?
Well, yeah, see, this is what I'm intrigued by, because she's probably, you know, if we're gonna take what this advert is parodying, to be indicative of what's actually going on in the plot, she's probably eating a roll of microfilm or something there. Like, the scene after that's going to be very different, isn't it?
Yeah, where he's fishing. Internal inspection. I think you got it all wrong there, Jim. It's the secret bar that these spies are after. That's what they want. It's like, this fella's got a secret bar. They've been discontinued. After him for years. That can't be the man we need. He's getting off with a broad.
Yeah, I
love that the guy with the moustache as well. It's like, right, lads. Is there a bit of a Sean Connery vibe to the guy?
Yeah, it's Sean Connery you found in Poundland.
Oh yeah, obviously. Quite a big budget advert, right?
Yeah, it's got a kind of brief encounter feel to it all.
And it's a period piece. It's a period advert for a chocolate bar that was discontinued. I wondered why it was discontinued, and I looked in the comments, which are obviously a real source of material on this. Someone said, I emailed Nestle about these a few years ago. I love these people. He said that.
I mean, I know we take it too far, but emailing Nestle. Yeah, doing what the people need to find out. Watchdog, bang.
Yeah. So they told me they won't bring them back because they cost a lot to make. Reason they got rid of them in the first place, sad face. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. It was a fancy bit of kit. It was a good, do you remember much about it, Connell?
Yeah, it was like a mix between a Ferrero Rocher and a lovely chocolate bar. And
yeah, it was exactly that.
Nice.
And it was quite, they were quite delicate though, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe they got all smashed up.
Very fragile.
There was another comment. Another comment if you want to hear it. When I was doing a garden with my friend Tony, I find one of these wrappers under a hedge. From 9 years
Tony wanted it, didn't he?
Yeah.
After it.
Ran straight to the internet when he remembered.
Tony, give me 5. I've got to share this. Didn't even take a photo of it.
My favourite line of the whole thing is when she goes, actually, I finished it. Like she was allowed a little bit. He went, you can have a little bit if you want. Actually, I finished it. I didn't even cry.
Yeah. And to be fair to her, she's not unreasonably going, well, like, he's just run into my carriage. Yeah. Like, it's not my problem, is it? Like,
she gets everything she wants. She gets a full chocolate bar and gets off with a spy. What? Yeah. She's only going to Luton.
But he's a bad spy, though, as you say. He's like, what's he doing? Just why has he entrusted her with all this stuff? He doesn't know her. He's a terrible spy. Should we move on to the next advert, which is your one, Joe, and you've already sang a bit of it. So I love this advert. I'm so glad you brought it.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I think I saw it on TV. Someone else parodied it, like talking about it on TV, but I thought they didn't do a good enough job, so we can do it.
Yeah.
Peugeot 305 style. Peugeot 305 power. Peugeot 305 pace. Peugeot 305. Peugeot 305 Peugeot 305. Get the new family car, it's a Peugeot.
What an ending.
Oh, yeah. The ending is a delight, isn't it?
I wish I was around during disco. Have you seen how much fun they're having? It's one woman with a boxy old car, and yet I want to join the party. There's a key change in it.
Yeah.
I want that waka waka. It's like Bobby Womack in the background.
It's like Shaft, isn't it?
Yeah, very much like Shaft.
And they need to be careful bandying around words like style.
Yeah. I like, though, that the first two are style, power, and then the
luxury,
easily disprovable space. It's like that's a filing cabinet on wheels. There's not a lot of space in there. We can all see that.
My favourite one of those is where the camera goes above and she looks out of the sunroof and goes, beautiful. That was like E.T.
I like the next shot where there isn't a sunroof on it. Like a different car now. But I also liked how good comfort smells. She goes, oh, comfort.
I love as well that comfort is just an armrest.
Like every car.
It's amazing the visual effects you can achieve with just some mirrors. That's all they have. It's just a room somewhere. I don't know, North London somewhere. They've just got a boxy car, some woman who's been on a Bruce Forsyth show, and some amazing disco music, and some mirrors. And yeah, it's kind of, I'm in the future now. It's lovely.
It's so beautifully of another time, isn't it?
It's beautifully of another
time. It's just because it's 100% sincere in its wholesome nature. It is just like someone having a genuine sing-song about how much they like this car.
Yeah.
Like there's none of that sheen of irony that we see so much in modern advertising. And it's like, it's refreshing. And of course it's really silly, but it's like, it's just nice.
She does this movement in it that I don't think's been seen in advertising since December 31st, 1979. She goes, Space. Space. That was quite a common, I don't know, like, look at all this. Yeah, it's lovely.
Something I always find really interesting about the way cars are marketed, like, so this is a Peugeot 305. Like, presumably they're trying to sell it to one of us.
Yeah.
What's 305? Like, who cares? Like, why have you put like a sort of what I consider to be an internal administrative code on the name of this product? What? It's boring. It's just a number. It's not a mind sticker, as you referred to then, Joe. It's not memorable.
You're right there.
I don't think you've met many petrol heads, have you, Jim?
No, I haven't.
That means an awful lot. Yeah.
So, what was your kind of idea of the Peugeot when you were kids? Because at our school, the Peugeot was quite fancy. You know, when you're a little boy and like people talk about cars. I think the Peugeots were quite, cool.
It's got quite a Gallic flavour to it. Well, it's a French name, but I was fooled as well. I didn't know where it fit on the strata.
Yeah.
And I was surprised when my dad went, Peugeot's just a regular car.
Yeah, exactly. The advertising worked on me. So
Ferrari,
believe it or not,
Porsche, Peugeot. I suppose it does sound quite a lot like Porsche.
That's it. Yeah. Maybe that is it. Believe it or not, when I was a child, I was actually working class, as I'm sure you two were as well. Maybe, all right, maybe not. So the Peugeot, it was like this big, quite aspirational thing, and like I don't know, cars did mean a lot to the dads of that generation. My dad had a Ford Cortina that he absolutely loved, to the point where it ended up rusting quite badly and there were holes in the side, but he just filled them in with polyfiller and would still drive it around with like almost like these grey, like concrete looking patches over the side.
Bless him. And he didn't spray over them or anything, didn't?
Don't believe so.
Just sanded them down to flat, and that'll do.
Yeah.
Now, I'd love to have seen your dad advertising your Ford Cortina.
Power. So would I.
Base.
I'd hate to get hit by one of those things. They look like they've got 0 crumple zones. That's a time before crumple zones. Like, oh, if it hits someone, they're just dead. You die anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, it's the 70s, mate. It was brutal.
Yeah. You're lying on the floor covered in blood and someone gets out and goes, power.
I think we're done, aren't we? I think we should let everyone get on with their lives. Thanks very much for joining us on We Like Old Adverts. Thanks for subscribing as well. We're over 700 subscribers now, and it would really mean a lot to us if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, if you would just hit that button, because it makes our days. And we want to try and get to 1,000 as soon as we can, because that would be just really pleasing. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, or if you haven't, leave a comment below. You can like us on Facebook as well, and just generally get involved. And as I said at the top of the show, if you do want to recommend an advert or make a suggestion, make a little video of yourself suggesting the advert, and email that to welikeoldadverts@gmail.com along with a link to the advert, obviously, and maybe it'll make it into the show. So thanks Joe, and thanks Connell, and thanks to you lot, and we'll see you soon.